Welcome geniuses, I'm Genie, your best buddy for A-levels. In this channel, we'll bring you to explore the secret formula behind success.
As requested by the audience, today we are going to look into this question of the year 2015, October-November paper, variance 13, question number 6. A ball is such that when it's dropped from a height of 1 meter, it bounces vertically from the ground to a height of 0.96 meters. It continues to bounce on the ground, and each time the height the ball reaches is reduced. Two different models A and B are described as follows. Model A, the height reached is reduced by 0.04 meters each time the ball bounces. As for the model B, the height reached is reduced by 4% each time the ball bounces. So have a look at part 1. Find the total distance traveled vertically up and down, both the directions, by the ball from the first time it hits the ground until it hits the ground for the 21st time. Alright, have a look at the model A. The model A says that the height reached is reduced by 0.04 meters. It means that for the model A, it actually follows the arithmetic progression. I'll just write here AP. So you need to figure out what's the A and what's the D. The D here obviously is just negative 0.04. And the question mentioned that the ball is dropped from the height of 1 meter. So here is dropped from the height of 1 meter. I'll just do some drawing here. And then the next time when it bounces up, the height will be reduced by 0.04 meter, which means it will reach a height of 0.96 meter. So obviously it will come back down with the same height. And then the next time, when it bounces up again, it will reach the height of 0.92 meter and come back down with the same height, 0.92 meter as well, until it reaches the ground, up and down, for the 21st time. Alright, to answer the question part 1 is asking about the total distance traveled vertically up and down by the ball from the first time it hits the ground. So it hits the ground first time here, which means we'll need to start calculating the height here onwards until it hits the ground for the 21st time. So let's say for now I'll just calculate for the height going upwards, which means my A should be 0.96 meter. And then you got to find out the total distance traveled. So I got to sum up how many times? 20 or 21 times? It should be 20 times because we start to calculate from this onwards, from this until here. So it should be 20 times. So sum of 20. So according to the formula, it should be 20 over 2. 2 times the first term, 0.96, plus n minus 1, which is 19, times the D, negative 0.04. And you will get the answer as 11.6 meter. But this is just for the upwards. The question is asking for both up and down. And therefore, the total distance traveled will be just 11.6 times 2, because up and down actually travel the same distance. That gives you the final answer of 23.2. That's how we do for the model A. As for the model B, the height reached is reduced by 4% each time the ball bounces. So when it's reduced by 4%, it means that it follows geometric progression. Okay, so for the part B, it follows GP. So the same thing, you got to find out what's the A and what's the R. So for GP, there's a common ratio R. So when it's reduced by 4%, that means the R should be equal to 0.96. When it's increased by 4%, it means that the R should be 1.04. This you have to take note. And for the A, it's the same as the model A, which is 0.96. So now we need to find out the total distance traveled by the model B, which is following the GP progression. So the S20, the sum of the 20 should be equals to, according to the formula, it's A 0.96 times 1 minus the R power 20. So it's 0.96 power 20 over 1 minus 0.96. So you can just key into your calculator and should have the final answer of 13.39. But this is not the final answer yet, because this is just for one way, the one traveling upwards. But the question is asking for up and down. So the total distance traveled should be just 13.39 times 2, which is equals to 26.8 meter. Okay, that's how we do for the part B. And for the last part, part 2, show that under model B, even if there's no limit to the number of times the ball bounces, no limit here means we are finding the sum to infinity. Okay, the total vertical distance traveled after the first time it hits the ground cannot exceed 48 meter. So what you need to do here is just need to show the sum to infinity's answer cannot be more than 48 meter. Okay, so let's proceed to the part 2's working. To find out the sum to infinity, you will still need to figure out what's the A and the R. So the A is the same as the GP, which is 0.96. The R is also 0.96. So the sum to infinity's formula, as given in the formula list, is actually A over 1 minus R. So you can just fill up all the figures. 0.96 over 1 minus 0.96. So you'll find out that the answer is actually equals to 24. But this is only for upwards. So the total distance traveled by the ball up and down is 24 times 2, which is equals to 48 meter. That means no matter how many times the ball bounces, the maximum height, the maximum total distance that it can reach is just 48 meter. That's how we show for the part 2.
That's all for today's video. If you're interested in more genuine sharing by other geniuses, please subscribe to our channel and don't forget to turn on the notification bell, ding dong. Also, if you're struggling with 1 or 2 past year questions and the mark scheme just doesn't seem to help, Genie has got you covered. Feel free to let us know what question it is by filling in the Google form linked in the description below. GenieUs Hub will get genius teachers to fulfill your request for the solution. Genie will see you next time. Bye-bye.